Hey everybody, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. Hope everyone's doing well, and for those of you who are still gainfully employed, hopefully the work week is treating you well. So I saw this morning some outlets are reporting, most noticeably Boxing Scene, reporting that Fabio Wardley might be considering giving up or relinquishing his British heavyweight title. And apparently he's considering doing so in order to fight none other than Kubrat Pulev. Now, I'm actually not sure why you have to relinquish your British title in order to fight Kubrat Pulev. I understand that you don't want to tie up the belt, but being so close to winning the Lonsdale outright, I'm not really quite sure why he would do that. But anyways, you know, that's what's being reported. But Kubrat Pulev, hey? Now, I understand why Fabio Wardley would like to do this. I suppose it would give him, if he was able to beat old Mr. Pulev, the WBA regular championship belt, which is, at least in the eyes of some, a world title. I'm not actually sure if that's a smart move for him, but I suppose it does make sense. I mean, I think he's #1 rated in the WBA. And then, of course, you've got Pulev, who's the regular champion. And then, of course, you've got the real champion, none other than Alexander Usyk, of course. Now, this isn't confirmed, of course, and there probably are other people that Fabio would be considering. To me, I don't know about Pulev. Pulev is 43 years old, so, I mean, biologically, or technically, he's actually old enough to be Fabio Wardley's dad. I mean, Fabio Wardley is only 30. But, yeah, if it goes ahead, I would have very strongly favor Fabio Wardley to win this fight. And again, I sort of struggle with, frankly, old men carrying on fighting. But yeah, Pulev has not retired, and I mean, it's not for me to tell him that he should retire, but at 43, you'd be thinking that he would be, well, he's certainly on the back nine, as it were, of his career. And it would be a risky fight for him to take on Fabio, who is a hard-hitting, aggressive, and very athletic fighter. Let's have a quick look at the tail of the tape, as it were. Fabio is 18-0-1. The draw, of course, coming against Frazer Clarke in their first fight, which was a real good battle. That was a great fight. His last 3 fights, he beat David Adeleye, TKO in the 7th round, I think. Then he had that real war with Frazer Clarke. And then the rematch with Frazer Clarke, it was boom, done, inside a round. A wicked, wicked knockout, which might actually have damaged Fabio's opportunities in some ways. Because I'm sure that a lot of other sort of world-class or close to world-class fighters are looking at the way he looked after Frazer Clarke in their second fight, thinking, woof, I don't want any part of that. I'm not saying he is as avoided as, say, Martin Bakole, but it might not be surprising if you were managing a fighter and you were looking at Fabio Wardley and you're thinking, ooh, I don't want to put my guy in with him. But anyways, a good last 3 fights. Like I say, he's only 30, and he is apparently targeting a fight at the home pitch of his favourite football club, which is Ipswich Town. And I think they play at a stadium called Portman Road. Not been there, but he's apparently a big fan of Ipswich, and he's tight in with the management of the club. I suppose the question, if you're using a football pitch as a stadium, is how do you preserve the integrity of the pitch? And you'd have to sort of figure out the soccer schedule and your schedule. But it would be neat for him if he was able to get a fight there. And I'm quite certain it would be a sellout. He's undoubtedly a hugely popular fellow there. Now, if we move on to our our friend Kubrat Pulev, and I mean, I don't mean to sound dismissive, but at 43, I can't help but shake my head, right? Everyone wants to be George Foreman, but most people aren't, right? He's a Bulgarian, of course, and he's fought a lot in Bulgaria. His record's 32, 3-0, but the only 3 losses he's had were back in 2014. He lost to Vladimir Klitschko, no shame in losing to Vlad. And in 2020, he lost to AJ, when AJ was a much more capable fighter than he is today, you know, pre some of the problems that AJ has shown in recent years. And then in 2022, he lost a split decision against none other than Del Boy, Derek Chisora, who he seems to be defying the laws of aging, well, at least for the moment, right? His last fight was in December of last year, same as Fabio Wardley. So they both have fought recently. They both fought December 2024, though I think Fabio hardly broke a sweat in his quick demolish job of Fraser Clark. But Pulev beat Mahmoud Char. I wanted to pronounce his name correctly. Mahmoud Char, and that's when he won the WBA regular title. So what do you think? Do you think this is something where it's a good idea for Fabio Wardley to fight Pulev? I would think that Pulev would be, well, I would imagine that he would give Fabio some rounds, but I would be saying, if they did fight, or if it's a scheduled fight, that Fabio would have to be a kind of a prohibitive betting favourite, really. I can't see me putting any money on Pulev. Now, of course, if Pulev was to win, here's the downside for Fabio. Fabio's a 30-year-old on up and coming. If he goes in against Pulev and he doesn't do well, I would be very interested to see the boxing establishment's comments. Would we see people saying, oh yeah, but he was just a white-collar fighter anyhow. He'd already gone further than he should have gone. I would like to think not, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think there's still some prejudice against fighters who come up the way that Fabio has come up. Anyways, let me know what you think. Is it a good idea for Fabio to fight Pulev? If it's announced, who would you have as the favourite? Or can you think of better fights for young Fabio? I mean, I actually like the idea of Fabio fighting some younger fighters who are still at their athletic peak, quite frankly. They may not necessarily come with a belt, but I would like to see Fabio pushing himself and looking at some people who are sort of top 10 rated even, you know. I guess we'll find out. I don't think we'll find out if Fabio beats Pulev. I'm still not sure where we would put Fabio. I mean, he's sort of nudging up on that world class, but I'm not quite sure if he's there yet. Maybe I'm being a bit too harsh. I don't know. Please let me know what you think. If you like this video, please hit like, please subscribe, and please take part in the discussions we have in the comments section. That's really fun. I like that very much indeed. Wherever you are in the world, have a fabulous day. If you're working, may your work day go as fast as possible. Okay, everybody. Talk to you next time. Cheers. Bye-bye.